2:38 a.m., a voicemail arrived that lasted only 7 seconds. At first, it sounded like nothing, just heavy breathing, uneven and panicked. Then a frightened whisper cut through the static. "They're not human." The voicemail came from Elisa Lam, a college student staying at the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles. What made the message so disturbing wasn't just what she said. It was when she said it. By the time the voicemail was discovered, Elisa had already vanished. Days passed with no sign of her. Guests at the hotel began complaining about low water pressure and dark, foul-tasting water coming from the taps. Maintenance workers were eventually sent to investigate the rooftop water tanks. That's where Elisa was found. Security footage released later showed her inside an elevator acting erratically, pressing multiple buttons, hiding in the corner, stepping in and out as if she was afraid of something just outside the doors. At several points, she appeared to be talking to someone who wasn't visible on camera. Despite official explanations, many unanswered questions remain. What caused her behavior? Who or what was she reacting to? And what did she mean when she said they're not human? Two weeks after their daughter passed away, a family's phone rang late at night. Her name appeared on the caller ID. At first, they assumed it was a glitch. Maybe the phone company hadn't fully deactivated her number yet. But when they answered, no one spoke. All they could hear was breathing on the other end of the line. Over the next few days, the calls continued. Sometimes they rang once and stopped. Other times they went to voicemail. The voicemails were always the same, completely silent, yet several minutes long, as if the phone had been left recording in an empty room. The family contacted their phone provider. Records showed something impossible. The calls were being placed from their daughter's deactivated phone. No apps were running. No voicemail forwarding. No explanation. Exactly 1 month after her funeral, the phone rang one last time. They didn't answer. The calls never came again. Two friends went hiking on a trail they had walked dozens of times before. It was familiar, safe, and only a few miles long. As the sun began to set, they noticed footsteps behind them. At first, they thought it was another hiker, but when they stopped to let the person pass, the footsteps stopped too. They started walking again. So did the footsteps. The sound followed them for several minutes before something even worse happened. From deep inside the trees, they heard their own voices repeating what they had just said, word for word, tone for tone. It wasn't distorted, it wasn't delayed, it was perfect. They didn't wait to investigate. They ran. The moment they reached the parking lot, the sound stopped completely. Later that night, one of the hikers woke up to tapping on his bedroom window. He lived on the 3rd floor. There were no trees near the building. A nurse working the night shift began noticing something strange about room 428. Every time she passed by, she felt like someone was standing just inside the doorway. One night, she saw a tall man standing near the bed facing the wall. When she looked again, the room was empty. Security cameras showed no one entering or leaving the room during her shift. Despite this, patients in nearby rooms began complaining of chest pressure, vivid nightmares, and the sensation of being watched while they slept. One patient described waking up to see a man with no face standing at the foot of the bed. Hospital administration investigated but found nothing medically wrong. Eventually, staff refused to work that wing alone during night shifts. Room 428 was quietly taken out of use. Every night at exactly 1:11 a.m., a man heard knocking at his apartment door. It was always 3 knocks. Slow, evenly spaced. When he opened the door, no one was there. At first, he blamed pranksters or neighbors. But the knocking continued night after night, always at the same time, always the same pattern. One night, instead of opening the door, he knocked back. Immediately, something knocked back from the other side. Violently, faster, louder, angry. The knocking didn't stop for hours. By morning, the hallway was silent. It never happened again. But the man still sleeps with headphones on, afraid that one day the knocking will return.